Hey guys, Sleepy here. Welcome to a brand new episode in my weekly gaming playlist series. Friday's here, so it's time to talk about and share what games I played this week with you guys. Would love to hear your thoughts, so if you've played anything I shared today, let me know what you thought of it. I do enjoy hearing about the games you guys are playing as well, because that gives me ideas of games that I might want to play. And I've actually added several of the games that you guys have talked about into my list of games to play or to pick up and then eventually play. And if you guys have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy playing as well, let me know. Always looking for new games to play and experience. Got a huge list of games now from your guys' recommendations to buy and to play, and I really appreciate it, so please keep them coming. We've got a new game I started playing this week. It is another Xbox 360 title, and that is Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Now, I've wanted to play and beat this game for many years. I picked up this copy for a really good deal from Family Video back in the day when they were still a thing. Sadly, though they are gone, I used to love their stores. I used to love renting and buying from them. But this has been on my list that I wanted to beat for a long time. Now, when I first rented it, I played it for a little bit, enjoyed it, and I eventually bought it, but I never got really far into it, so I decided to start all over again because I had completely forgotten the story and everything in it, and I've really been enjoying my time with it. You play as a character called Gabriel Belmont, so another Belmont in the Castlevania series. Now, originally, this Lords of Shadow game wasn't going to even be a Castlevania game. It was going to be its own thing, but they decided to put it into the Castlevania universe. And basically, it's like in its own thing. You know, it's not connected to the old NES Castlevania games or the 64 ones. You know, it's really its own thing, and it's kind of different from the other Castlevania titles. It's the third-person, like, action-adventure with some RPG elements. It does play a lot like a God of War game, or if you guys have ever played that Dante's Inferno on Xbox 360 or PS3, that was a fantastic game. Real similar to that with the control scheme. There's platforming you to jump up onto stuff. You have a whip that you use to swing around different areas. There's boss battles, huge variety of enemies to battle. There's fixed camera angles and stuff, so just all that classic stuff you get in these old kind of video games, and just really been a wonderful experience. So let me read you guys from the back. Dark times need a dark hero. It's the end of days, and ungodly powers from demon lairs suffocates mortal beings. The Earth's alliance with heavens has been threatened by a dark and malevolent force, the mysterious Lords of Shadow. Gabriel is a member of the Brotherhood of Light, an elite group of holy knights who protect and defend the innocents against the supernatural. So, you fight lycans, you fight goblins, werewolves. I just got to fighting vampires. There's a huge variety of enemies that you will battle and different levels, and it's all broke up into different chapters, and then there's levels within each chapter, and each one is a different length with how many levels are in each one. So let's take a look at Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Hey guys, today we're playing an old classic here for the Xbox 360, Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Now, this was also released on PlayStation 3, but I prefer to play it on Xbox because it's backwards compatible on the Series X, Xbox One. I'm playing it on my Series X, so you get a boost of visuals, performance, everything runs and looks much better playing on the Series X, so that's why I have this version. Now, I bought this game years ago from Family Video, and I played it originally on Xbox 360, and I beat the first chapter, really enjoyed the game, but I ended up shelving it, and I haven't returned to it since. And I've been looking for something new to play, and I saw this on the shelf, and I was like, you know what? Now's the perfect time to play through and beat this game, because I really do want to see the ending of it. I love the Castlevania series, and this one is really good. It's a third-person action-adventure title. Plays similar like God of Wars and Dante Inferno. If you played those kind of games, you'll know what to expect. Now, in this game, you play as Gabriel Belmont, so another Belmont, like is typical for the Castlevania series. I'll read you guys a little bit about what the story is. So, Gabriel's a member of the Brotherhood of Light. They're an elite group of holy knights who protect and defend innocent people against supernatural creatures. Now, Gabriel's wife, Meryl, was brutally murdered by one of them, and her soul cannot leave as it is trapped in limbo. Because she is now neither alive nor dead, she realizes what is at stake and guides Gabriel to his destiny to save the world as he investigates the dark spell. He travels the land, meeting other characters such as the oldest living member of his order, the two masks referred to as God and Devil masks lie at the center of the plot, with the God Mask having powers to resurrect the dead. So Gabriel intends to defeat the three factions of the Lords of Shadow in order to obtain pieces of the God Mask to bring back his deceased wife. And so that's the basic idea of the story. Obviously, you guys know I don't like to ruin story for anybody, but let's check it out. The game is broke up into different chapters and in different levels, and what's cool is you can always replay levels if you forgot something, which is great. And it keeps track of all your progress. And also, Patrick Stewart is the narrator of this game. He's a perfect person with a perfect voice to narrate a Castlevania title. So let's check it out.
I follow him into the old forest, watching him from afar. He is strong indeed. The one God comes to drive out the many, but here, in this place, God's influence is thin and threadbare. The old gods still hold sway here. Few venture this far into the wood. He is disturbed by dreams, dreams that gnaw at his very soul. He will rest for the night, but rest will not come easy. The battle has left him weakened, but he knows the dream will return, and though he fears nothing on this earth, yet his nightmares sap the strength within him and leave a cold grip on his heart. Tomorrow he will use the old hunting path. Long has it been in disuse, but for now, he dreams.
It's got fantastic music as well and great voice acting.
What motivates a man to confront the challenges that most of us would run from? Condemning him to solitude, exposing him to defeat and death. The answer is love, a force so powerful that all reason becomes blind to it, blind to all things, even the truth. Loss of love can make a man desperate, desperate enough to do anything to bury the truth, to hide from its pain.
And you do have your typical werewolves and vampire enemies, but there's also a lot of new added enemies that weren't in previous Castlevania games, which is really sweet.
I hear you seek the Guardian of the Lake. I will take you to him, but we must be quick. Climb onto my back. Hurry.
And then there's all kinds of tutorials and stuff, so obviously when you play the beginning of the game, it'll teach you how to play. And there are different weapons and stuff that you'll unlock as you play through the game, and moves and stuff as well. Because you earn experience to level up, and then you're able to buy and unlock new moves. So, you know, typical to like your God of War type experience. game is also pretty violent and bloody and gory. Which definitely fits the perfect setting for a Castlevania game. So there's your pause menu, got all that there. And then you can look up when you get new skills and stuff in the skill books here. So this keeps track of like your basic attacks, so if you need to learn, it'll show you how to perform it, and it shows you a little demonstration of it, which is pretty sweet. And then this is where you can unlock additional moves here. You can see the different skill point costs here. And so you can buy stuff when you have enough of it. It'll turn green when you have it. So you got a variety of things there. Different horses and mount things. You can get secondary weapons as well. So as you progress through the game, you'll unlock more things. And then there's a variety of different items for you to collect through your journey to strengthen the weapons as well. And you got stuff you got a little thing here telling you information about the different characters, the different enemies you encounter. So it just gives you information about them. So there's a lot of cool stuff for you to explore in the game. And there are some quick time events like in the God of War games. And there are some huge boss battles against ones that are called Titans. And it's similar to like the God of War as far as, if you play those kind of games, you're used to battling these giant bosses and stuff. They have those in this game as well. And there's 4 different difficulty settings. There's an easy, normal, hard, and like a very hard mode. I've just been playing it on normal, but even the normal's kind of kicking my ass here as I got to get used to playing this game again. It just takes a little practice getting back into playing these kind of games.
Travel no further. You will find what you seek ahead.
So just wanted to give you guys a little look at playing the game, you know, with the second level of it. And it keeps track of your progress here. And looks like I missed a magic gem, so I can always reload that and try to find it. I unlocked some new artwork and stuff, as there's also new combos. So you can go to the skill page here, and I can unlock some skills and stuff. But if you guys are a fan of games that play similar to like your God of Wars and Dante's Inferno, you know, like those third-person action-adventure games, and you're a fan of Castlevania, I recommend checking out Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Especially if you have it on Xbox 360, you can play it backwards compatible on your Xbox One or Series X console. You get a boost to the performance, the game loads much quicker, looks nicer, and just overall really enhances your experience. And it's definitely a game I think you guys should check out. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I'm currently at the end of Chapter 5, about to start Chapter 6. So this is one of those games that, especially if you're trying to go for 110%, get everything in the game, it's going to take 2 playthroughs of each stage. There's also the 4 different difficulty settings, and the higher the difficulty setting, the more difficult the game can get. Now, I'm just playing on normal, and there are some bosses that are absolutely brutal, that just like a couple hits and they can kill you almost instantly. And so you really have to learn their patterns. And there was one boss that was really ticking me off. It took me about a half hour to beat him. But one of the things I do love is that they do have checkpoints in the boss battles, so that you can get to a certain point, you die, you don't have to do the entire boss fight over, because sometimes they have different phases to them. But it's a really fun game, and it can definitely be challenging at times, but it feels like a fair challenge. And I felt so accomplished when I beat that asshole. Really pissed me off. He was one of the Lords of Shadow, but, you know, they're supposed to be really difficult bosses for you. There's other bosses that aren't too difficult. You know, you'll pick up the patterns and see how they do. You know, it's like if you played the God of War games, you know, you're used to it. There's also quick time events too, timing and stuff. You'll hit a certain button at a certain time, things like that. But it's really been an enjoyable experience. It's one you guys have got to play. There also was a sequel, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, that I also own, and is also backwards compatible. I plan to play that once I beat this one. But you're looking to beat it, you're looking at about 20-25 hours or so. But if you want to 100% everything and go back on the hardest difficulty, get all the collectibles, everything, you're probably going to be closer to like 50 hours, just depending on your own play style, how good you are at the game, and if you have the strategy guide or not. There is a strategy guide for this, which I don't have, sadly. I need to buy it, but I have been using a wonderful guide online, which I'll leave a link for you guys to check out, as that guide has been very helpful for me to not miss collectibles, because those collectibles help you with getting Gabriel leveled up by getting experience from killing enemies, and you find things like life stones, and you find things for your magic that upgrade your health, because you start off with only half a health bar. You have to actually play through the game to get the full health bar, and you're going to need it as you progress through the story, because it keeps getting more difficult and more difficult. Wonderful cutscenes. It's just an amazing game that you have got to experience, especially if you have a Series X. It is backwards compatible on there, and I definitely think you guys should check it out. So let me know your guys' thoughts. So have you guys played Castlevania Lords of Shadow? What have you guys been playing lately? And if you have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy playing, let me know, as I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. Sleepy will see you guys next time. Have a good day.